up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another tutorial for the BOSH Ultimate B5 texture HUD. Well, actually, you could probably use the regular texture color changer scripts, the lower version. You don't necessarily, I guess, for this particular one, you don't have to have the Ultimate V5. I just use it because I really like the anti-res, the channels, and the rotating. This particular HUD is not going to rotate. I have re-recorded this like 3 or 4 times. The very first one was entirely too long. The HUD was just too extravagant, and it took me forever to record and try to edit, so I tossed it out the window, and I've made you guys a sample for tutorial purpose only. So I think this will be a lot easier and quicker, and something you guys might enjoy watching versus that other novel that I was trying to edit. It was going to be like a movie. So let's just get started here. I have already made the HUD in Photoshop, and this is what it belongs to. I bought these puffer jackets from Creative Studio, and I have already released them. I released them last week, but what I'm doing now is I'm working on t-shirt HUD add-ons because I'm obsessed with making different t-shirts for them. They're very easy to work on, and I've just been Googling and looking at fun sayings and all that kind of stuff that, you know, girls might want to wear on these t-shirts. So the mesh piece was brought in as broken mesh, not broken as it's not working, but broken like it's not all one piece. The jacket itself is one piece, but the t-shirt and the inside is removable, so it'll be a little bit different on how we set it up on the actual HUD itself. I'll be using 2 different ways, the note card and adding UUIDs to the description field of its specified button. So this is a really good piece of mesh to use as an example because it'll be able to show you how to work with all sides, and it'll also show you how to work with something that has multiple faces. Okay, so basically what I've done here, I've already colored it so you can see how many faces we do have. The jacket itself has 3, which is the outside, the inside, and the snaps. And then the t-shirt itself is all sides, as you can see here, and it's just one piece. So what I went ahead and did, this is just a piece from, mute it really. This is just a piece, a size from the package that I already have done. So I've already named it. It's already had some scripts in it. Let's delete that. So it's named, the permissions are set, it's already got its cube saying that I am the creator, and it is ready to go. So let's go ahead and get this started so I don't keep you guys forever. I hate when things are too long. So I've already brought in the textures as well. Here is my HUD front page. Go ahead and just drop that on the QB. For my own OCD, I'm going to make the rest of the sides on this transparent. So on this HUD, I've made outside textures, inside textures, t-shirt textures, and metal textures. And I just made a few swatches so you guys can get the idea, but it's not too many as a variety. This won't be sold like this. It's just for me showing you. So I'm going to go ahead and make, maybe my keyboard is just broken. I think I've played Aeon on it too much, and it's just like, nah, I don't want to work anymore. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go ahead and make the buttons for the HUD itself. I'm trying to go fast. I do not want this to be an hour and 30 minutes long. And I don't want to have to speed myself up. I sounded like a chipmunk before on the video trying to just get through it. If you are confused or lost at this point, I would go ahead and suggest to go back and watch my other videos. I think this is like part 5. It's not really being put in parts. It's just whenever I get a hold of something that I feel is a little bit more advanced than the video I did before, I go ahead and just, toss it up here. I think it's good to keep looking at examples of different ways that you can make these HUDs. Since all the mesh is very different, there's always a million different ways to do this. So I will continue to keep uploading if you continue to keep watching, because they're coming out with some really cute stuff out there. Okay, so that's pretty easy right there. I'm going to go ahead and link this together. Make sure that your root prim is the main part of the HUD and that all your buttons are blue. And I'm going to go on here and make all of the buttons transparent. Okay, pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and name this. And I'm going to change the permissions. Okay, you're always going to want your HUD and your mesh piece to be no modify, copy, no transfer. I'm going to go ahead and come into my inventory here, and I'm going to pick up the scripts and go ahead and get them dropped in. So for the HUD itself, you want your license script to be dropped in, and you want the master. HUD is always license and master. Your mesh piece that you are working with, you just grab it, as the linked cluster, and you drop your license script in, and then you drop your slave script in. That is exactly how it is every single time. So since I'm using the BOSH Ultimate V5, I'm going to come in here and set these numbers. The first one is the channel, the second one is the anti-res script. It has to be the same for both the mesh piece and the HUD. If you don't have that feature, it's because you are using this one right here probably, and it doesn't do that, I don't believe. So if you don't have that feature, it's okay. Go ahead and skip that part. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done, since this piece has already been made before, something that we need to go ahead and make note of, and I have already done so. Disregard this. This is my stuff from the video game. One second. Let me paste this in here so I don't lose it. Some notes that I made about this jacket here. Whoops, I lost it. Where'd it go? Okay, so I named the jacket itself number 155, and I named the t-shirt itself 156. And I'll show you. As you can see, the name of the jacket, when I click edit link parts and click it, is 155, and when I click on the t-shirt, it is 156. Disregard that number. Okay, and I also came in and I made note of what the faces were. So the outside of the jacket is face number 2, the inside is 1, the snaps is 0, and the T itself is all sides. So since the jacket itself has 3 faces, we are going to be working with note cards on those buttons, and for the T, we are going to be working with the description field of the button itself for that one. So let's jump into that real quick. Okay, so I need to name the buttons on the HUD. I'm going to press Edit Linked Parts. I'm going to Shift select the big box, making it to where I only have the buttons selected, and I'm going to change the name to Read, R-E-A-D, capital R, just like that. I'm going to come in here and I have to number each button. 1 through, however many buttons that you have set on your HUD. So we're just going to go through here like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to skip over the t-shirts actually, and I'm going to come in here and do 11, 12, and 13 for the medals. I'll tell you why we skipped over this when we get to coding that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the note cards for the jacket itself. So I go ahead and make a new note card, change the permissions to no modify, no transfer, and then I'm going to open it back up. The formula for the inside of this note card is going to be your mesh number, comma, comma, the UUID between those two commas, and your face number. So if you remember before for our notes, the jacket itself is going to be 155, comma, UUID, and I'm going to be texturing the outside of it first, which is face number 2. So you can go ahead and save that. And if you guys remember correctly on how to find a face number, you basically just click your mesh, press select face, and then click on whatever side that you are looking for a face number on, and you will see it right here, face number 2. If you click the inside, you will see that that changes to face number 1. If you click the snaps, it goes to face 0. And then again, if you click the t-shirt itself, it is all sides. That's how I pulled those numbers for this. Sorry, I kind of got ahead of myself there. Okay, so since this note card is set up, for me, the way that I do this, I actually delete that UUID part and press save. And then I copy and paste that note card, and we'll start with 1. So when we reopen this, the top row is going to texture the outside of the jacket. The middle row is going to texture the inside of the jacket. So our first color is black for the outside. So there's my texture. I'm going to come in here and copy this, or you could right click, copy UUID just like that as well. I'm going to come over here to the 2 middle commas, and I'm going to paste that in there. Control V is what I did, and then I'm going to press Control S to save it. Those are shortcuts. You could all do it manually if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop that in here. Let's take the colors off of this, make it all white again. And then I just click the first button and it applied the texture to the jacket. Fancy, huh? So I'm going to go ahead and just repeat what I just did for the other 4 buttons. So now this is going to be button number 2. It is the gold texture, so you copy UUID, come in here, and you paste and save. And you can drop that in there and click it, and it works. Just going to continue doing that. Midnight. paste and save, drop it in, click. Name this number 4, and it's red. So I'm going to paste that in there, save, drop it in, click, and it's ready to go. The last one for this row is number 5. It is mint. Copy the UUID, paste it in between the commas, control save, drop it in. There we go. So our first row to this HUD is finito. So let's go ahead and move on to the second row. Starts off with number 6. And we're back at black again. Where is, okay, this, I didn't load it in. 1 second. They're already loaded in. I just don't want to go hunt for them. I just use the same textures as the very first copy I did. Stop brain farting. Cranberry. Sorry. Okay, so on this note card, we're actually going to change one thing. Since we are texturing the inside, we're going to change this to 1. Whoops. And press save for that. Okay, so the first button is black. So I'm going to copy the UUID, come in here, paste, and save. And I can drop it in, test it out, and it works. So I'm actually going to copy this one. I hate doing it this way. This is where I get messed up. Or it slows me down because I have to come in here and delete this. But the next color is gold. So we're just going to copy the gold UUID, paste save, and we can drop it in. We're doing good for time here, guys. Doing good for time. So number 8, card number 8 is midnight. So we're going to copy the UUID, paste it between the 2 commas, press save, and drop it in. And we can test those 2 just to make sure that everything is working, and they are. So let's go ahead and do number 9, which is red. Or cranberry, whatever I called it. Paste between the 2 commas, control S to save, drop it in. And lastly, we're going to do button number 10, which is mint. Control V, control S, save, and we will drop it in. All is working properly. Looks nice. Okay, I'm going to come down here and we're actually going to go ahead and just code the metals real quick. I'm going to load those in also just so I have them. So I have them handy right here for my convenience. Okay, so I'm going to come back in here. It's going to be button number 11. And the snaps were face 0, so we're going to change that face number there to 0 and delete this previous UUID. And the first one I have set is black. So come up here, copy the UUID, paste it in between the commas, press save, drop it in. And we're going to completely get confused. No, copy the 11 card and make it 12. and delete this UUID. The next one is gold, so copy, paste, save, drop it in. And lastly, we're going to do 13, and that's silver, so copy the UUID, paste, save, drop it in. So to test to make sure that these are working, you can go ahead and click your buttons. They are switching, looks good. So now we can move on to the t-shirts, which is going to be super easy. Remember that we named the t-shirt 156. So since this shirt doesn't have different faces, it is set to all sides. All we have to do for this part is edit linked parts, click on each t-shirt button, like so. Go to your name tab. I'm going to type texture, spelled just like that, capital TEXTURE, colon, and the mesh number, which is 156. And press tab to set the name. So since we don't have to work with individual faces, we can actually just paste the UUIDs in the description, and it's going to texture the t-shirt itself. Let me show you what I mean. So here is the anti-U texture. I just copied the UUID. I'm going to edit linked parts, click on the anti-U button, and I'm going to paste the UUID in the description. And I'm going to click it, and it works. Just like that. Pretty simple whenever you have the mesh pieces that just have all sides. And I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the t-shirts in here real quick. Chubby belongs to that one. Copy the UUID for fuck it, let's drink. Copy the UUID for Senpai. And you're killing me, Smalls. Everybody is requesting me to make one that says that, so that's what I'm going to do. So now I can come in here and I can click on all of them and test them out, and that one didn't work because I didn't copy it. So let's try that again. Chubby. There we go. And you're killing me, Smalls. I'm lagging a little bit, I'm sorry. And the Senpai one. So there we go. Everything is textured up and it is working. And if you did it this way, like, you've got so many options for this jacket now. So I really like mesh that gives you options. It sucks when it's just one texture and there's just no options. If the creator didn't bring it in with multiple faces and you're just stuck texturing the whole thing one color or one pattern, and it's just so boring that way. So I really do appreciate when mesh people bring everything in with faces. It just gives life to our projects, and that helps us make it, not so bland. Because we all know that is the critique that template textures get, is why are we all just looking the same? Well, it's not always our fault. So if you guys liked the video, please hit the like button below. If you are not subscribed, please do. If you hate everything that I do, then, just press the dislike button and run on your merry little way. I don't care. So I'm really happy that I get really good feedback on these videos. A lot of people, I am me in world, just to say thank you, and they comment and stuff saying thank you. So I am so happy that you guys enjoy them. I will continue to make them if you continue to need them. So make sure that you share the videos with your other designer friends if they need help. Feel free to contact me in World via NOTECARD because I'm really bad with losing IMs. To Toxxic Rhiannyr, I will spell everything down in the description below, along with any information, links, and all that good stuff that pertain to the video, where you can buy the BOSH scripts. And yeah, so thanks for watching. We did this in 25 minutes. I hope this helps you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great week. Ha ha ha. Excuse this screen, but I actually forgot to tell you guys something. Before you box up your mesh into your boxes for sale, make sure that you take out the license script. Derp. I got really ahead of myself trying to make this video under 30 minutes. Make sure you take out the license scripts, or when you pick it up and put it inside your boxes, it'll be no transfer for your customers and it won't work. Make sure you take out the license scripts.